Why Yoshi's so high? Because once he knocks you down one time, he wins the match. As simple as that. He knocks you down one time, you lose. Game over. All right, that was fast. Because I don't want to get into discussions because that's just gonna literally just be all day, and it's just gonna be me arguing with people about, oh, my character shouldn't be here. He should be here. Why is he not S? He should be A. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to get into that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do least best matchups and worst matchups. And this is my opinion. Like y'all can have a different opinion, but it is what it is. So Lee Chalan is not gonna be on this tier list, obviously, because it's a matchup tier list for him, right? So okay, let me think about this. What are Lee's best matchups? So how should I do it? Should I put the best matchups on S and then the worst matchups on D, right? That's like best matchups, right? And then the worst it should be like the bottom, right? But change the colors? Why the fuck do I gotta change the colors? You don't like this color? You don't like pink? I like pink. Or even matchups on B? Wait, let me think about this a bit more. Oh, I could click on the letter to change the text. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Thanks, I didn't know that. Best. Uh, what should I call A? A should be like what? Challenge. A should be challenge. What should I put for A? Good. Even. There you go.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hold up a second. I might switch it a little bit. Hold up. Yeah, it's a elite matchup chart. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, bro. Sorry, my notifications haven't been working in the past few days. Noctis? Nah, the keep out makes it really hard for Lee. I think anybody that could keep out Lee well enough is hard. Yeah, I think that's it. Word. Yeah. Anybody have any disagreements? I should explain the placements. All right, if y'all that's what y'all want. All right, what y'all want me to start from the top or the bottom? Y'all could just ask me shit. Yeah, literally just ask me shit. You said with that statement? Nah, cause he's slow. But you think Oscar should be hardest? Why? I think she's hard. I don't think she's hardest though, but she is hard. Start from the bottom, so start from the worst, right? All right, let's start from the bottom. Um, we gonna start from the bottom. We gonna start from the bottom. Lily is hard, and the reason why is because she could literally sidestep every single thing Lee does. So it's really hard. Like I have to spam homing moves, and that's kind of hard to do on Lily when like a lot of her fast shit is like counter hit shit, right? Like hop kicks and all types of dumb shit. So she could sidewalk everything. So that's why this shit is like really fucking hard. It's always been hard though. She doesn't need to respect none of my pokes or nothing. Yoshimitsu, it's because he could like Lee doesn't have a lot of plus on hit or block. So I have like it's hard. I have to always worry about flash. And he can even flash my safe moves. So I have to hit and bait a lot. And I have to be careful doing back four also. Because of his long reach on his fucking dumbass moves. And like his quarter four one, that high crushing sword shit, that shit stuffs these counter hit game really well. And he also has like anti hitman stand shit, right? He could do down four and then absorb my armor move and then hop kick me or just flash me, right? So that's bad. Julia elbow neutralizes Lee's whole game. So it's that's pretty much they all is to it. Like her elbow just neutralizes everything. Back forward, what does Yoshi reach with? He doesn't need to. He could just heal all day. Like you literally don't want to play the keep out game like that with Yoshi. You don't. Because it's already hard to get in him as it is with Lee. He could just keep turtling and doing that stupid back turn shit, and I have to chase him the whole game. So it's really hard. Like I have to be careful how I hit him, and then like chasing him is like mad hard too. So that's literally why I think it's a bad matchup. Like I have to chase his ass the whole game, and then worry about my pokes on hit so I won't get flashed and all types of shit. It's really annoying. And then that quarter four one shit too is really cheap. That quarter four one shit, that high crushing sword shit, that's also a rage drive. That shit is really good against Lee because that shit fully high crushes. And a lot of my good counter hit shits is highs. So Alisa, that should be easy because she could just step everything Lee has, and she could just move out of everything Lee has. So Leroy, back 1+2 and parry. That's why. Back 1+2 and parry. Black 1+2, 12 frames. Meaning, if I play my negative frame trap on him, he could back 1+2 me out of all my counter hit attempts, and he can also parry my while staying 2-3 and 2-4, the second hit. So that's why. Cooney, she could just lame him out and turtle all day, and it's too hard for me to get in on her. Lee to get in on her. Any character with great movie that could keep Lee out is really good against Lee. Really good. Anna, Lee has a really hard time. Since Lee's movement is not that good, he has to take a lot of Anna's mix-ups. Like, yeah, I can sidewalk left, but like even like Lee's sidestep is not that good, so I can still get chipped from sidewalking left. And since Lee doesn't have a while standing launcher, it's hard to launch her lows. So that's why if Lee had a while standing launcher and if his sidewalk movement would be better, he'd be better against Anna. But since it's hard to punish all her lows with a launcher, it makes it hard. It makes it really hard for Lee. Bob, Lee has to be in your face to do a counter hit game, and it's hard to do that against Bob because the down forward 2, and then he has a bunch of fucking sway back blows, and then 4-1+2 is really good against Lee too, and then Bob's jabs out jab Lee, outreach Lee. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like Lee's counter hit game is really risky against him. Akuma is obvious why, right? He could fucking demon flip out of my down 3, take my back off. You know what I'm saying? He could focus attack my pokes. He could keep me out. You know what I'm saying? Like Lee could beat him, but it's really hard. Warren, Lee has to guess a lot in this matchup. Like the only way for Lee to beat him is just by raw guessing. Like I have to guess too much. Lucky Chloe is hard because Lee has to he has to Lee has to force the poke game and the spacing game like a lot, and it's scary to do it's scary to do that against her because all she needs to do is hit you one time and you die. So it's like actually really scary to fight her, like to go poke for poke with her and fight her. Like Lee has to do it, but it's hard because you don't want to get hit once and die, right? Like yeah, I can punish her pretty decently, but it's still a gamble fighting her. You have to like you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get if y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But like neutral was just a gamble. Him, he could just play keep on and lame you out. Her movement is mad OD, so she could backdash everything Lee has. You know what I'm saying? And then her offense is OD. But Lee does alright against her. He does alright against her. It's not too bad, but is not easy though. Negan is the same shit. I kind of feel like if a Negan player played perfect, it'll be really hard because he's weird. I think he has advanced sidestep because he could sidestep shit against Lee that other characters can't. Like my 4-4-4 has gotten stepped to the side of tracks. He sidestepped my down forward 1 to the side of tracks. For some reason, this character has like Lily sidestep. I don't understand why, but like I think it's mostly hard just because of the movement and because of the keep out. He has mad range, so he could keep Lee out, and he also could outmove Lee when it comes to like dealing with pokes. He can move out of it. He can either move out of it or keep me out. So I gotta constantly try to like you know what I'm saying. I gotta constantly try to get in and worry about getting stepped or backdashed and launched. You know what I'm saying? So Paul, he just punishes Lee really really fucking hard. Like yes, Lee can punish him hard, but Lee is pretty unsafe, right? So I think a fully defensive Paul will be really, really hard for Lee to deal with. Because all he needs to do is guess right a few times, and I'm fucked. Because he punishes Lee mad hard. Because he got the Wasane 3-2. That's a 13 frame punish that does mad damage. Like mad damage. And most of Lee's shit is like minus 13, right? So he either gets that or back 1-2 every single time. Like he punishes Lee really fucking hard. Josie's the same shit. She punishes Lee extremely hard. She could watch stay into one all his lows. Her down forward 2 fully crushes his counter hits like 2-2-3 and Magic 4. Um, what else? Her offense is so plus that I can't really like I can't really counter hit her out of shit. I gotta be really careful. And also the range game is hard. It's hard to do back four on her because a 4-4-3 those will smack me right out of my back four and crouch dash 3 and crouch dash 2 and shit like that. So it's hard to play the spacing game against her, and it's also hard. She just punishes Lee really hard, and it's hard to play the keep out game with her. I know a lot of Dragunov players think this shit is really hard for Dragunov, but I disagree. The only thing Lee has against Dragunov is that I could 4-4-4 his down forward one in certain situations and his back two, right? But other than that, like I don't really see how this is easy for Lee. It's really hard for Lee to deal with down two pressure and running two. And not only that, he has a 13 frame while standing wall bounce. And almost all of Lee's lows, is minus 13. So when I'm playing drag, I'm constantly worried about him blocking one of my lows and me getting fucking wall bounced. So I have to be really careful how I poke this motherfucker. And when he does running two on block or back 1+2, I literally can't I can't counter hit him out of anything. I have to take it. Plus Lee's movement is not that good. So it's not like I could just sidewalk drag all day. You know what I'm saying? Like Lee can't sidestep him all day. So I have to take a lot of his pressure. And then when I'm poking him on the offense, I have to be really careful because he punishes my loads really hard, and he also gets a big combo off a slide, like a big combo, a full wall carry off a slide, and then I'm landing on the wall on that. But the only reason why drags complain about it is because 4-4-4. But if you don't get hit by 4-4-4 and you just play defensive, you be alright. Um, yeah, but most of Lee's lows are all minus 13 though, so that's like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have to be really careful. And he really doesn't need to take Lee's poke game. His movement is really good. He can step all of that shit. Like he literally like the problem with drag players is they like to press a lot more than move. They don't move enough. They need a if they moved more, they wouldn't complain as much. Because his movement is still advanced. His movement is almost as good as like Lily's and shit. Like his movement is mad good. He literally doesn't. You literally don't really need to swing back with Dragunov. You don't. You could just move. Like his movement is OD. Like you literally just move. He has like geese movement that he could just step shit. You know what I'm saying? He could literally just step there. This matchup, I know if you watch my stream and you watch me play label long players all the time, and your head you'll be like, yo, this matchup is mad free for Lee Chalan. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Lei is free. This shit is easy, but it's not. It's actually not. It's actually not an easy matchup. I make it look free, but that's because I've been playing Lei Wulong players like my whole life, right? So that's literally the only reason. Like I've literally played every single Lei player. I played Akon, all the NYC ones. I like literally played every single Lei player. That's the only reason why. And the reason why it's hard, haha step. If a Lei player really wanted to, they could haha step you the whole fucking game. And the reason why that shit is an issue with Lee is because Lee doesn't have range. So if a motherfucker just playing lane, doing back turn low shit and haha stepping all day, and just throwing out down 4-2s and magic 4s, that shit is really hard for Lee. Because I really have to figure out a way to get in somehow. And not to run into 4-4-3, and to back turn cancel, and all that other nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so basically that's what makes it hard. He could lamely out like OD. He could really lamely out. Really lamely out. Like a lot. The only reason why I don't put it in hardest is because it's a personal thing for me. That I just do well against his character. But that's the only reason why I wouldn't put him hardest. But like for the average lead player, I would put him hardest. I would definitely put him hardest. But I personally just do well against his character. So I'm not gonna put him down there just because of that, just because of personal experience. Um, Oscar, there's a lot of reasons, right? One, Lee can't punish back three too well. He can't unless you have rage driver. You could do the down 4 3+4 shit. So that works, right? That's good, right? Down 4 3+4, right? But I don't know, man. That new fucking reversal shit is really cheap against Lee, bro. That stupid shit that punishes, that fucking parries like punches and kicks. Like that shit is actually really stupid. And then Can-Cans is so good against Lee. That shit like really fucks up Hitman. So it might be an even matchup, but I still think it's in Oscar's favor. Plus, you know how Lee players just like to whiff back fours and shit. You can't do that on Oscar. She'll just forward to you and then call it a day, right? So like typical Lee like flowchart shit doesn't work on her, and she could shut down a lot of Lee shit. Like my Hitman shit could get shut down with fucking Can-Cans. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of shit, right? So that's why. It is, but the new one is really good. That shit punches like punches and kicks, right? I don't know, but it's still cheap as fuck though. But it might be even this matchup. I don't know. It might be even, but I can see why it's hard. Uh, why is this hard for Lee? Oh, he could backdash out of all these pokes. Down four neutralizes Lee, a lot of Lee's counter hit game. Reversal also deals with Lee's pressure really, really well. He also punishes Lee really, really hard on block. He gets half life every time he blocks a slide. There's not really much to it. There's not really much to it. It's really hard to play a counter hit game on him because he's always just like either backdashing out of your pokes or like doing some kind of dumbass reversal or some shit that takes my whole bar. Plus, he has like a 13 frame punish that does mad damage. So this it is what it is, right? Um, Kazuya, he just punishes Lee too hard. He gets full combos for everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's mainly the reason why his punishment is too good against Lee. Plus, Lee's already risky, so all he needs to make is like good defensive reads, and he's good. These two guys, they could just lame Lee out. Their movement is really good, and like they could just keep him out. It's really hard for Lee to deal with that shit. Like somebody that just like constantly keeps him out, like keep him out, keep him out, keep him out. It's too hard. Nah, it doesn't, Majin. It doesn't. I have to do 4-3, so I can't even punish him hard for that shit. Yeah, so these two guys, they could lame him out really bad. So that's why I think it's hard. Well, keep out this king half or play Majin and you see. Play his ass. You see the keep out. That fucking stupid. I don't even know what to call that shit. The Viva la Raza, that little fucking spinneroonie dance that he be doing. That shit that he fucking flips like a ballerina and dances. I don't know what move is that, but that shit is mad good. That shit is like that's almost like a lay haha step or like a Yoshimitsu spin. Like that shit is like godlike keep out. That shit is godlike keep out, dude. It's not only just that, like the King's move backdash is really good, and then he got shit like back one and fucking 4-4 neutral two, and then he got push. Push is mad good against Lee. My man said, I think, yeah, this is a Lee matchup list, bro. Why you think Lee is not on it? My man said, I think. Nah, man, that's what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is, man. All right, so that's why Eddie Gordo. The reason why I don't put this shit in best is because there's two things, right? Eddie Gordo, right? If the Eddie Gordo plays a nut and he just does unsafe relax shit all day, I'm gonna win because I punish this motherfucker too hard, right? But if he plays like that lane keep out, I'm gonna just turtle all day and just do down forward two and wait all day. That shit is mad hard for Lee. So that's the only reason why I have it. That's the only reason why I have this shit even. If it wasn't for that, it would be in Eddie's favor. So it literally depends on how the Eddie player plays. Yeah, so it's like that's the only reason why I got it as even is because I could punish him really hard. But if it wasn't for that, I would have I would put this shit fucking hard, honestly. Cause in my mind it's like it is hard, but like in my mind is also if I block him, it's like you know what I'm saying? Hey Hachi, even Lee could deal with a lot of his shit, right? He could, but so can Heihachi. I only have this shit at even is because Heihachi punishes Lee really well. And oh parry. The punch parry? That shit is mad good against Lee. I have to be careful against that shit. But it's even because of that. Plus, Lee could 444 a lot of his shit. I think it's even. I don't really have nothing to say about the Eliza shit. I don't really have too much to say about it, but it's pretty even. I don't really see how this could be hard or this could be really good. But I usually beat all the Eliza players I play, but it's one of those things is because I know the matchup and like he punishes her well enough. I don't know. He just does fine against her. I don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? Even because it's even. It's not much for me to say. They almost the same type of character, right? You know, so it's about the same. This, do I want to put this shit even? Nah. This is not even. I had to think about that shit for a minute. Nah, yeah, I had to think about that shit for a minute. Nah, yeah, I'll put that shit hard. Yeah, nah, nah. I just had to think about when I played Q-Dons instead of like the online players I play. I had to think about it. I'm like, nah, he punishes Lee too hard, and it's hard to start something against him. Like I have to rely on 444 too much to the point that it might become risky. Who's next? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna switch a couple of things because I'm thinking about a couple of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna put this hard. I'm gonna explain Lars right now. The reason why I think Lars is hard is because from New York, New York. Somebody else rated me. Thank you, whoever rated me. Somebody else rated me. Somebody else rated me. Thank you. For some reason, my notifications ain't showing up, but that's my raid thing. So whoever hosted me or rated me, thank you. Yeah, I don't fight enough Gamrus to know. But the reason why I put Lars, the reason why I put Lars is because his hitbox. Like a lot of shit. Oh, thanks, Wiggles. A lot of shit fucking whiffs on him. Like his body is weird. His body is really weird. And sometimes I'll block stuff like down back 4, 4, 4, 4, and my flip kick will like just whiff in his face because his hitbox is weird. So I think he's really good against Lee. Like the way he spaces and his pokes, and for some reason a lot of my shit just randomly whiffs on him. So I think this matchup is pretty hard. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So it's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying. Who was I as? Even the reason why it's even is because Lee could punish him hard. You know what I'm saying? Lee is pretty good against him. He could punish him hard. But if the Jack wants to, this one it's kind of like Eddie. If the Jack player plays like super lame and super defensive, just does down back one and turtles all day and keeps out, it could definitely be extremely hard. So Eddie and Jack have the potential to be in hard. I just put them two here is because Lee could punish them really well. Lee could punish them really well, but that's the only reason why I have it as even. If it wasn't for that, I would put Jack and Eddie in hard for sure. I would definitely put them for hard. Katarina's pretty even. Like Lee could punish her pretty hard, and she could punish him. So same shit with Law. It's kind of even. This I don't know. I don't know, man. Some people say it's even, but I don't think so. What do you guys think? I don't think this shit is even. I think it used to be even when Lee was able to punish 4, 4, 4 with 3+4. I mean, while standing 3-3. But Lee can't do that anymore. So now I just think this matchup is kind of stupid. What you guys think? Because I'm people tell me it's even, so I put it even. But when I play Brian, I don't think it's even. Like I don't think it's even. Like I have to just kind of just sit there and get pressured. I can't count him out of shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why it feels hard when I play that shit. Yeah. Plus for some, yeah, I'm gonna put that shit in hard. That shit is not even. Cause Brian plays be capping and saying it's even, but I don't think so. It's hard because like Lee, I can't interrupt them between back one and quarterback three on hit anymore because they made him more plus, so I can't just 2-2-3 him. And then Brian punishes Lee mad hard. Like he gets that new fucking 13 frame punish from Crouch now. It's just annoying, bro. It's mad annoying, bro. And then that 4-3 shit is bullshit. And then getting in, yes, that 3+4 shit is mad annoying too. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so these matchups, big and slow, slow and big. She has to rely on a lot of like fucking Lee could parry a lot of her shit, and she has to jab a lot and shit. She has to be up close and shit. Well, she could keep you out with 4-4-2, 4-4-2, but it's whatever. I think Lee could deal with her pretty well. Uh, Lee could deal with AOP extremely well. 3-3, running 3-4, raise drive, blazing kick. If I block her 4-3 low from AOP, I get a full while saying 2-3 combo into back two misstep. You know what I'm saying? I could launch a back turn kick. It's pretty good for Lee. It's not bad. He could deal with AOP really well. Um, Good for Lee because Jin is slow up close. You know what I'm saying? So if I get in his face and we just scrambling back and forth, it's gonna be in my favor. The only thing Lee he has against Lee is forward four, and he could parry my Wasain 2-3-2-4. But other than that, I think Lee is really good. That's why if you notice, every time I play a Jin player in tournament, I always just pick Lee on them. I think Lee's pretty good against him. Magic Four has always been the answer to Miguel. So as long as you have a Magic Four, you fine against Miguel. So Magic Four is great. Good. Lena has to be aggressive, and that's what Lee wants you to do, right? And Lee could punish her well, right? And Lee could keep her out, right? Like she her range is like low, so I could just like keep playing keep out on her, and like it's a little bit hard for her to get in. Lee versus Fakaram, that's another matchup that's potentially could be potentially really hard or good, cause Fakaram he has to pressure you, right? And that leads to counter hits, right? Especially since I can interrupt a lot of his shit, right? I get a lot of damage if he does the fakes. All right, I'm back. My bad. All right, so the Fakaram shit, it is, but like once he starts his pressure up close, like the gamble of him having to finish his string or not finishing string, his string is really good for Lee though. Cause like if he finishes string, I'm either gonna get a full magic full combo or I'm gonna get 2-2-3, and that shit hurts a lot. And then if he finishes his string, I'm gonna get acid rain every single time. So you gotta think about the gamble. You gotta think about the gamble. So yeah, if he plays keep out is hard, but once he starts playing his offensive game, it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? It's really good for me, man. You just gotta think about that. Plus, he's not that fast, right? So, like in neutral, he has to be careful. I think any character with good counter hits and shit. It is, but like it's whatever though. It's whatever, man. If he spaces me, it could be hard, right? But I put this shit in even. Actually, I put it in even. It makes sense to be an even. It literally makes sense to be an even. Nah. I think it's fine. I could almost do whatever I want. Okay, the best matchups. While saying 2-3 into race drive. No, while saying 2-3 gets a full combo on him and all that cheap shit, right? Um, I'll punish him really hard. Could deal with Kempo, Acid Rain back one. Um, that's about it, man. Lee just does well against him, man. Claudio the same. He has to go back and forth with me up close, and it's like he's slow. So like up close, I'm not really worried about him. Like I'm gonna win. Yeah, that's whatever. I ain't really worried about that shit. Yeah, up close is just like Lee beats him, and he has to be up close. I'm not really worried about this shit. Leo too slow, counter hit all day. Geese, Lee punishes him too hard. Could punch parry everything he does. So I just play defensive and I win pretty much. The only thing I gotta worry about is like parry, but other than that, Lee is really good against this guy. He punishes him way too hard. Way too hard. Steve is easy. I have a punch parry down 3 and 4. There's really not much to say. Same with her. She has to apply jab pressure too much, and I could just 4 everything. You know what I'm saying? Or parry. Can you play Raven? Acid Rain. Everything she has is minus 14. I can literally Acid Rain every single move she has. So it's like Lee punishes her so fucking hard. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's good for Lee. I could just punish her way too hard. Alright, that's it. Time to play some Tekken. I think I've explained everything that needs to explain, right? Y'all think that was good? Yeah, because you thinking about mashing. You know what I'm saying? If you play defensive, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? You think about mashing. You think about pressing buttons, which is a typical American play style. You know what I'm saying? Explain Fang? Lee punishes them too hard, Raccoon. You do quarter 4-1, I get why saying 2-3 into 4-4-3. You know what I'm saying? He deals with Kempo well. Fang has to be really aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That works in Lee's favor. Like it's good for Lee, man. That shit is good for Lee. Like you have to kind of be aggressive with him, and he could deal with Kempo. A lot of characters can't deal with Kempo. Change the judgment on what? On Steve? Go ahead, tell me. Tell me something. Why wouldn't it not be good for Lee? Why not? I don't see how it wouldn't it be. Why you think it's even? What makes Lee versus Steve even? What makes it even? Because I'm actually interested. Why you think it's even? Exactly, yeah. So basically, this tier list is pretty much any character that's kind of forced to be offensive. Lee beats, but like any character that's like you could just lame somebody. Any lame characters beat Lee. If you lame, you could beat Lee. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much there is to this tier list. I have nothing else to say. Nah, why is he in hard? This shit should be even. Yeah, I think it's fine, right? Yeah, that's fine. He said your ego? Why is your ego for, bro? That shit is hard, man. It's hard. It's not even cause I learned. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not even cause me and you played a lot, right? Awards? It's not. It's literally not cause of that. What was I saying to you? Oh yeah, my opinion of the Lisa versus Lee shit is mostly cause I play AO a lot. It's not even in this game. It's just in other games I played him, and ever since I played his ass, I was like, yeah, I hate this matchup. And that's not even in the same game, right? It's a different game. Oh, Nick Cannon is online. Who wants me to play Nick Cannon? I thought he was filming Wild 'N Out today. I didn't know he was online. Cool, I get to play Nick Cannon. Let me see if Nick Cannon wants to play though. I hope Nick Cannon wants to play me today.